Welcome back. Really important trial occurring in Israel, hardly reported in the media. I think you need to know about it. A former head of operations for World Vision in Gaza was convicted last year of siphoning off up to $50 million from the charity World Vision to fund the terrorist organisation Hamas. As I said, zero media reporting on it in Australia. But earlier this year, World Vision itself was dissolved in Israel after the Jerusalem District Court ruled that there were numerous failures to track funds and explain financial transactions. Important story. Some of these NGOs operating in the Middle East cause grave concern in governments around the world. Joining me now, President of the Australian Jewish Association, David Adler. David, just that point about zero media coverage here in Australia, but I think it's important to talk about it, but a really big deal to see an Israeli court order the disbanding of World Vision.
Well, they've ordered the dissolution of World Vision Israel. Like other democratic countries, Israel has regulations for the functioning of charities, and the registrar of charities there did a long multi-year audit of World Vision operations. There were numerous unanswered questions. World Vision was given an opportunity to provide evidence, and the court decided that it was not in a fit shape to continue functioning as a charity in Israel. And a few weeks ago, there was an order that it be dissolved.
You've also raised concerns of the UN's Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees. Now, Australia has recently doubled our funding for this organisation. So what are your concerns?
I think the average Aussie, regardless of politics, would be appalled that Australian money is going to assist these sort of organisations and provoke terrorism. If Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad are the actual prescribed terrorist organisations, which they are under Australian law, then UNRWA, which provides the education system there, is like the factory to create new young terrorists, people who are willing to sacrifice themselves. The textbooks are full of incitement, hatred, glorification of terrorism. We've recently had a number of countries, including the European Union, suspend funding of UNRWA. We worked very hard with the previous Liberal National Party government to demonstrate what was happening, and that resulted in a significant reform, a reduction in funding, and regrettably that reform has been completely undone by the current Labor government, which has doubled funding to UNRWA without any accountability. It's just shocking. It doesn't help with the peace process. It harms the peace process if you're going to incite terror.
Absolutely, David. I'll put some questions in the Penny Wong's office on that front. Thank you for joining us tonight. Important issue, and I think we need to talk about here in Australia, particularly that UN funding. That's it for me.